Today, I wish to start with one sum that is from a chapter of share capital transactions. Observe the sum on the screen. I read the sum for you. Prajapati Plastics Limited of Himmatnagar issued 5 lakh equity shares of ₹10 each. Company received application for 5,80,000 equity shares. Shares were allotted at a meeting of board of directors. Excess share applications were rejected. Amount received thereon was refunded. Amount called up against share well was as under ₹2.5 per share on application, 2.5 per share on allotment, 2 per share on first call, 3 per share on final call. Now, Pranav, who was allotted 400 shares, could not pay first and final call. So, first call ₹2 and 3 is the final call which Pranav has not paid. Pawan, who was allotted 500 shares, could not pay final call money. So, Pawan has not paid final call at the rate of ₹3 per share on how many shares? 500 shares. Now, accept this, all sums due from other shareholders were received. Pranav and Pawan has paid their arrear amount to company afterwards. Ask necessary journal entries to record the above transactions in the books of company without giving effect of interest. Now see, this is a very simple sum wherein two shareholders have not paid the money when they were due, but they have paid it afterwards. First of all, number of applications received are 5,80,000, shares allotted, shares issued 5 lakhs. So you have to refund application money on 80,000 shares. After that, you have to demand the allotment money on 5 lakh shares. That is going to be received in the due course of time. Then you have to demand the first call at the rate of ₹2 per share on 5 lakh shares. On how many shares you have not received the first call? You have not received first call on 400 shares. So 400 into 2, 800 is the first call amount that has not been received. So amount received, whatever the amount due on first call is received, is less by 800 rupees. Now, then you have to demand the final call at the rate of ₹3 per share. Remember, 3 per share will be demanded even from Pranav, who has not paid first call. The demand will be made for the final call. The demand will be made for final call with Pranav also. Now, on 5 lakh shares at the rate of ₹3 per share, amount demanded and final call. On how many shares you have not received the final call? You have not received final call on 400 plus 500, 900 shares, and 900 into 3, 2,700 is the amount not received by you. So out of the total amount, the amount received is less by 2,700. That 2,700 will be debited to calls in arrears account, calls due but not received, calls receivable account, that is known as calls in arrears account. Similarly, on 400 shares at the rate of ₹2 per share on first call that has been not received, that also will be debited to calls in arrears account, calls due but not received, that is calls in arrears. So calls in arrears account will be debited with 800 rupees. Calls in arrears account will be debited with 2700 rupees. This is how calls in arrears stands recoverable amount by a company from the shareholder. Now afterwards the same amount is received. So when that amount is received, the journal entry passed for that is bank account debit to calls in arrears account credit. Now I have explained this sum. I'll prepare a working note for your better understanding. No need to prepare that type of working note in examination if your concepts are clear. You can start writing journal entry straight away. But I'm not writing the answer to a question in examination. Here I'm explaining all these concepts to you, so I'll prepare working note for your better understanding. Let us start. How many shares are issued? 5 lakhs. How many applications are received? 5,80,000. So application received 5,80,000. We want to issue 5 lakh shares. Amount on excess application has to be refunded. Observe, 5,80,000 minus 5 lakhs. Excess application rejected. Amount demanded with application 2.5, with allotment 2.5, with first call 2 rupees, with final call 3 rupees. In examination, it's not inevitably necessary for you to prepare this table. This is a table that has been prepared for your better understanding. I will show you how can you write the entry straight away without preparing table. Now, money received with application 5,80,000 into 2.5, 14,50,000 on 80,000 shares at 2.5 per share refunded. That is 2 lakhs transfer to capital account. 5 lakhs into 2.5, 12,50,000 transfer to share capital account. Now, capital demanded with allotment at the rate of rupees 2.5 per share on shares allotted. The capital due with first call at the rate of rupees 2 per share on how many shares? 5 lakh shares. That is the shares issued allotted. Similarly, final call, capital due with final call at the rate of rupees 3 per share. So 5 lakh into 3, this is the capital due. Now I want to find out the amount received. Pranav, one of the shareholder, given 400 shares, has not paid first call and final call. So 800 not received. Final call also not received. Another shareholder, Pawan, who was allotted 500 shares, has not paid on the final call. That is at the rate of rupees 3 per share. So 500 into 3, 1500 not received. Here we will get the amount received. With allotment, whatever the amount due has been received. In case of first call, amount received is less by 800 rupees. And in case of final call, amount received is less by 2,700 rupees. This is the working that I have prepared for the purpose of writing down the journal entries. Now I will show you how the journal entries could be recorded straight away through your thorough understanding. Bank account debit, 5,80,000 into 2.5 to equity share application account credit. Now, out of this application money, that is bifurcated into the amount refunded and transferred to capital. So refunded amount is 8 lakhs and transferred to capital 12,50,000. So the journal entry for that share application account debit to bank account refunded sum to equity share capital account credit 12,50,000. Now you have to demand capital at the instance of allotment. Equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account credit. This is the entry for amount due on allotment. I have written the entry here without writing narration. I will show you how the narration gets recorded in your notebook at the end. Now, how much amount is received against allotment? Full amount is received. So, bank account debit to share allotment account credit, allotment account gets closed. Observe it. Bank account debit 12,50,000 to equity share allotment account credit 12,50,000. Now amount demanded, share capital demanded at the instance of first call 5 lakh into 2 to equity share capital account credit. Now amount received is 800 less, that will be debited to calls in arrears account. So amount received is 9,99,200. Calls in arrears account debit 800 to equity share first call account credit capital due, that is 10 lakhs. Here calls in arrears account is debited with 800 rupees, that is amount receivable from a shareholder. The amount due that has not been paid by him, that stands in an account known as calls in arrears. Now I demand the final call, that too on all 5 lakh shares. You can't say that as Pranav has not paid first call on 400 shares, so he will not pay the second call also on 400 shares. And on that pretext, you should not see to it the amount demanded for final call is on number of shares less by 400. No, that is not the right understanding. So amount has to be demanded on all shares issued. So final call demanded on how many shares? 5 lakh shares. 5 lakh into 3 to equity share capital account credit. Now amount received is less by 2,700 rupees. So 14,97,300 is the amount received. Calls in arrears account debit 1,200 plus 1,500, 2,700 to share final call account. Here I should have written the debit, which I forgot. To equity share final call account. Now next entry, the calls in arrears are recovered. Pranav and Pawan has paid the arrears amount to the company afterwards. So afterwards, whatever the amount that was due, 800 plus 1200 plus 1500, that has been recovered, and that stands receivable, recoverable in the name of an account known as calls in arrears. So bank account debit to calls in arrears account credit, that is the entry for the amount recovered. 3,500. So bank account debit 3,500 to calls in arrears account credit 3,500. If you have a total of all the 9 journal entries that are recorded, the total should be. Now this is how I have explained the sum to you. Now if you write the sum in examination, you have to write narration also. Observe the sum with narration. Here in the narration of first journal entry, application money received at the rate of rupees 2.5 share on 5,80,000 shares. Here the bifurcation of application money 5 lakh on 5 lakh shares amount received is transferred to capital, and on 80,000 rejected shares amount is refunded. Here the allotment money due at the rate of rupees 2.5 per share on 5 lakh shares. Here the amount recovered against allotment due. Here the first call demanded on 5 lakh shares at the rate of rupees 2 per share. Here the amount received on all shares except 400 shares. And here final call due, final call received on all shares except 900 shares. And ultimately we have received the calls in arrears. This is how you can write the narration in examination hall. I feel that you have followed this sum. Thanks to all of you.